Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is another review of the Aliens Trident Comics, and this is now moved into 1992. So this is issue 13 of February of 1992. As we discussed in the last review, the price changed to $1.95. Still not suitable for young children, and it's got some cool, very, I'd say, Alien 3 like cover art there. Very cool. Face to face with the ultimate killer. There's a large xenomorph, but if you look at the head, it's got the ridges. That's more like the James Cameron style of Xenos, wasn't it? Normal header. The aliens in space, no one can hear you scream. And so we discussed last time, didn't we, that there was a change with the comics in general, with the way they were laid out and everything else, wasn't it? I said I didn't like the change, but it's down to individual opinion, isn't it? On the back there, you got some models, Star Trek model kits. The Undiscovered Country. Quite like that movie, The Undiscovered Country. I liked all the earlier Star Trek movies. The first one was a little bit, wasn't a massive fan of the first one. Probably insult some Star Trek fans here. I wasn't a fan of the first movie, the motion picture. Didn't really like it. I liked seeing the Klingon battle cruiser at the beginning, but that was bad. I didn't really get that whole story. But obviously, Star Trek 2 was brilliant. Khan, I will avenge thee. That's what he said, wasn't it? I like that. That was a good movie. That was. Obviously, we was all upset that we lost Spock, but then we didn't lose him, did we? Because of Star Trek 3, 4, 5, 6, and then they went on, didn't they? Into the Next Generation, and my favourite, which was Deep Space Nine. I like Deep Space Nine. I'm a bit of an action person. I like more of the action stuff, so I did like that. A lot of battles in Deep Space Nine. Next Generation was pretty cool, but I felt Picard, he was a bit too diplomatic for me. I prefer the old Kirk approach: lower their shields and blow their ship up. So that's very good, isn't it? You can order, or you used to be able to. I mean, you probably can't now, but payable to Trident Comics, so that don't exist anymore. But yeah, Predator goodies, masks, hands, and children's play suits. I bet that'd be worth some cash now, wouldn't they, if you had those? Separately glued on featuring separately glued on dreadlocks. 22 inches from head to chest armour. Very good. Right, so we moved on now from Earth War, which involved Ripley, Hicks, and Newt returning and stuff like that. That was explained in the last video, obviously. So we now move on to genocide, alien genocide. So now 64 pages. Aliens this month gives you first staggering chapter of the new Alien saga Genocide, plus the continuation of the acclaimed, can't speak, support strips, included the concluding half of the thriller The Alien, in which the US president struggles to negotiate repossession of the Earth. Read, enjoy, and survive. So yeah, that was what we just spoke about last time, wasn't it, where the president of the United States went to try to negotiate a deal with the engineers, wasn't it? Because the engineers in the last, as we said in the last comics, was secretly sending Ripley messages, wasn't they? Letting her know where the only alien homeworld was, and basically using us to get rid of the Xenos in order for them to move in and take over the Earth. So that was the end of that. So this is genocide. Then you've got your Predator big game starting to pick up a little bit. Aliens, the Alien, which is the story which just was discussed about with the president. And then book one, Aliens book one, which is going back in time to before Newt and Hicks ran into General Spears, which I spoke about in the earlier reviews. So make sure you go and have a look at those if you haven't had a look at those, guys, because this will catch you up, and then you'll be all caught up, because book one is going back before that, telling how the Earth was lost to the Xenos and how Newt and Hicks ended up on General Spears' ship and how that story actually began. So that's pretty cool. So Aliens Genocide, a story by Mike Richardson, John Arcady was the script writer, and the other people are down there who did the bits and bobs. So the story so far: the Earth War is over, and mankind begins the slow, excruciating task of rebuilding his cradle world, now that the alien plague that choked it has been destroyed. But some traces of that alternate nightmare are difficult to expunge. Meanwhile, on another darker, more infernal homeworld, a more savage reconstruction of a social order is underway. Right, so what that means is that we've managed to repopulate quite a bit of the Earth now after the initial Earth War. And we're slowly but surely wiping out the remaining xenomorphs. So this is 2 stories of genocide. It has parts about what's happening on Earth after the attack, but also what's happening on the alien homeworld, which is very cool. Because if you remember, Ripley took the Queen, didn't she? The main Queen from the alien homeworld in the previous comics. And as you can tell from this comic now, the xenomorphs are now fighting each other for supremacy, because there's 2 different species of xenomorph on the xenomorph homeworld. One is the reds and one is the usual black. And now they're fighting each other for who is going to lead the new race of people, the new race of xenomorphs. Who's going to be the new queen? So that leads to a battle where the xenomorphs are now actually fighting each other on the homeworld, and that's why it's called genocide. And as you can see, the reds are fighting the black xenomorphs. So the reds and blacks are fighting each other, the reds and black xenomorphs. Then it jumps to back on Earth, and as you can see, there's a athletics event taking place, and there's a gentleman here taking tablets before the event, an athlete, and he's running really faster than anybody else, and he manages to run right through the wall, and he's taking this product called Xeno Zip. Now what this part of the story was about was this was humans experimenting on the remaining xenomorphs, and what they're realizing is that humans are still struggling to fight xenomorphs because they can't do nothing about the acid or the pain and, you know, being human, whereas the xenomorphs, they just treat themselves like they're expendable, don't they? They just throw all their assets at you. And it doesn't matter if they die or not, they're not bothered, they just keep breeding, don't they? So what's happened with it, they've started messing with the royal jelly, which is that horrible gooey substance that comes from the xenomorphs, and they've managed to create a super steroid that makes humans faster, stronger, and don't feel a lot of pain. So, and they've just tested it at that, illegally tested it at that athletics event, and obviously the runner has run right through the wall, hasn't he, and killed himself. But they're pleased at how fast he was running. So the army now, once again, the military, are looking to invest in this, and they've just tested it out on a soldier here, as you can see, by sending a load of soldiers to beat him up. But they've given him Xeno Zip beforehand, and he actually physically starts tearing them apart with his bare hands, and to the point where they're actually firing weaponry at him, and he's still going, even though he's lost a limb, he's lost this, and he's still going. It's pretty good. It's pretty horrific stuff. But yeah, so that's what the military are doing in genocide. So that's that part of the story. It then moves on to a pharmaceutical company, obviously a greedy pharmaceutical company, that are experimenting on Xenos to create the Xeno Zip, to create a stronger, faster person. So there you go, you can see some art there, the Xenos being worked on by doctors. And obviously a very Wayland-like character in this Mr. Grant. He's obviously the pharmaceutical man who's pushing to sell the Xenozip. It's all about money in this story, isn't it? And greed. And there he is threatening the doctor that the progress is too slow. And the Xenozip is also killing too many people. It's not actually doing what it's supposed to do. And he wants to make money out of it. And this is the military now. They're showing you that the Xenos, how easy they kill troops when they're sending troops in to clear up the remaining Xenos. How they can't take the pain and how they're getting burnt and stuff like that. So the Xenozip, it's got to be pushed out a bit quicker. So there's a display video of a soldier who's been given Xenozip fighting the Xenos, and he seems to have no problem with it, even though he can clearly see he's getting hurt in the pictures. So yeah, that's where that story is at. So this guy Grant is making a deal with the military. And some cool art there. So let's see what happens in the next edition. So Predator, big game. Predator was in the last story, as you knew, New Mexico. He's destroyed the army base, hasn't he? He's destroyed his own ship. He's now stuck fighting for his survival, basically, isn't he? Because the humans are trying to hunt him down now, the soldiers. In the last episode, we saw that the Predator actually got quite injured, didn't he, with a rocket launcher, and lost a lot of his kit. He's quite damaged. So at the moment, he's in the desert, and the hunting party are hunting him down. There's some good art there. Nakai is he's being chased down because in the last episode he tried to steal some kit, didn't he, and kill the Predator. And he's been captured by the military because the military obviously want to catch him, don't they, and get his equipment. That's always the same story, isn't it? So you got some cool art there. And there's a Predator destroys an attack helicopter. And he's absolutely rampaging through these soldiers. And Nakai sees what's going down, and he's trying to run off. And that's when the commanding officer gets killed, and all his soldiers all get killed by the Predator that's just hunting them down now, fighting for survival. So it's a good story, big game, and a good book as well, and really good art. So we got the Alien Part 2, which again, this was one of the black and white ones I discussed last week. And they're going to negotiate with the engineer, the president and his men. So this was a arrangement through the engineers and the humans to talk about recolonising the Earth. So there they are, getting ready to go. They've been decontaminated, so they've all got to get naked and then go and meet the engineer. And they go to meet the engineer, but then he attacks them. He somehow knows that the humans are going to double cross him, because there's actually a double cross in this story. And that was where it becomes apparent that it's actually a suicide mission. That the president actually had a explosive liquid in a removable tooth. And it looks like it releases a xenomorph parasite when he takes it. So a xenomorph parasite attacks the engineer. And then they have a bomb with them. And they end up bombing the engineer's ship. So it's like a bit of a suicide mission, really. So I don't really understand it, but it was okay. It wasn't my favourite. I'm not sure why they did that really, but that's what it is. So this is Aliens Book 1, and it's by Mark Verheiden. So Mark Verheiden, he done the early ones, which were really cool. So 10 years after their escape from the alien Queen Mother aboard the warship Sulaco, Hicks and Rebecca Newt-Jordan are both suffering major psychological trauma due to the horrific event. Something is about to make that trauma very much worse. So this is where Hicks and obviously Newt went after they were captured off of the Sulaco. So this is the story of the build-up to how the Earth was lost. So these are pretty cool black and white style comics now. The art moved on quite a bit from there. So there you go, it's a captured xenomorph. And they pulled something in from space. And that's no parasite, oh my god. And that is when the xenomorph attacks. So it's got really good art there, guys. I'll put some of the art up for everyone to see. That's a good image of Hicks there. Oh, scary masks. Fear glove. Terminator comics, they look really good, don't they? Might have to have a look at them in a bit. See if I can get some of those. Merch, loads of merch. You can always buy merch, can't you? So there you go, guys. That was issue 13 of February 1992 of the Aliens Trident Comics, priced at $1.95. It's got up to number 17, so I will be reviewing the rest. So hope you enjoyed the review, and hope to see you guys again soon. Take care now.